My name is Ida Gift Sambira. I'm a student of law at Islamic University in Uganda, Kampala campus. And this is my colleague, a fellow learning friend. I would like him to introduce himself before we proceed.
Okay, thank you, Ida Gift. My name is Tito Martin, and I am from Islamic University in Uganda, the Kampala campus. And I'm part of the team that won the Unwanted Witness Moot Court competition of 2023. She was my teammate.
Once again, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you feel being here this morning?
Very ecstatic. I mean, we just keep on being amazed and being so much informed by the information being shared around. We've had the opportunity of attending the master classes, the IT and privacy master class. Yesterday I attended the finance and privacy masterclass. The panels here, everything is just amazing. Not to forget the beautiful country of Mauritius.
Ooh, all right. Okay, so can you share with us your initial reactions when you learned that you're the winners?
Initially, we didn't know that we would be the winners for Unwanted Witness. I remember during our time of preparation with Martin, it was during our first semester, and then we're in holidays, we'd really joke about it. I'd be like, how about if we ever made it and went to Mauritius? But it was something that we were just joking about. It wasn't something that maybe we had foreseen or anything of the sort. So when we arrived for the competitions, we really had what we keep calling them mediocre prayers. We kept telling God, help us go through the first preliminary rounds. Or when we went through the preliminary rounds, we're like, okay, God, help us at least make sure that we hit quarterfinals. And before we knew it, we're at finals. And if I can best describe it, it's more of having a heart attack without really having the heart attack, because because it was unbelievable. For both of us, this is one of our greatest wins, because one, it's not a win just for, it's not just a win of, you're looking at just winning another moot competition, but it's building our career. It has made us have favor before our lecturers. Now in school, we are given an audience to speak more just to our fellow students. So the win is more than just a win for us. It's a win for our university, for the young lawyers that are in our university. And yeah, I don't know if Martin has something to say about that.
Okay, the memories of that day when we won are still fresh in my head. And when they played the highlights, our coach, Miss Fatuma Nachirai, held my hand and she was like, oh, I'm feeling the shivers right now. It was really, really unexpected. I remember we were so frightened about the result, and I wrote her a note there when we were on the desk during the competitions waiting for the announcement. And we were like, well done, well done, well done. But we never expected that we would emerge winners, because you cannot be so sure. You cannot be so sure, because you're emerging amongst, you're versing the best of the very best from all those schools of Uganda. Yeah. You don't expect it to be an easy run.
True.
So, I mean, it caught us by surprise, but we were overjoyed, and everyone was so overjoyed.
Good.
Yes.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, tell us, what motivated you to participate in the competition? What were your expectations?
Okay. First of all, personally, I've been looking for, the way our system is done in school is that we are given everything. We're given the civil laws, the criminal law from year 1 to year 4. And it's only at year 4 where you try and specialize in a certain field of law. However, in year 3, I happened to have asked my parents, what should I look at? Which field should I go to? And I didn't have, it was more of a vague, ambiguous kind of thing. And when Martin reached out to me earlier this year and said, there is Unwanted Witness and it's a privacy moot, it was a new field for me. And as an inquisitive person, I love to try out new things. So I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. And you never know, at the end of the day, this might be a reason or something that makes my career build. Like, because we have so many civil lawyers, contract, we have so many criminal lawyers in our country, and there are very few experts in certain fields of work, yet there are real issues out there that really need the lawyers to work on them. So what motivated me was wanting to try out something new, and maybe seeing that it could be a new thing that I can specialize in at the end of the day, and not just something that I can stop at and be like, okay, that door is closed, but it was more of an open door to grow. And yeah, maybe that's it, really.
Okay, personally, I'm fascinated by tech, and originally I wanted to pursue a career in legal tech, that line. And when I was presented by that opportunity by our coach, Ms. Fatuma Nachirai, she told us there's the Unwanted Witness Privacy Moot court competition going on. Would you like to take part? And I realized this is something in my direction that I would like to take on, but I didn't realize how vital privacy is in the first instance, although I was fascinated by tech and all that and everything, but I didn't realize how vital privacy is, the right to privacy and other digital rights, not until we happened to actually embark on this moot. And the more we kept on researching and attempting this problem question, the more it became reality that digital rights are really a thing. Privacy is something really very, very vital in the world. And the more we made research, it brought us closer to what is happening in the world, what is on ground. And I remember the hypothetical problem opened us to the fact that this is a hypothetical scenario, but it wasn't a hypothetical scenario in a sense. These were things that were happening in our country itself, because recently it was our government is trying to initiate the digital tracking number plates and all that. So the problem was around that, on balancing national security and privacy. So it was just fascinating, given that it even touches the real world, was just a motivation for us. And like she has noted, these are units that we do not have in our legal curriculum, our study in law school. So it was just interesting to pursue something different from the conventional style. We had to go outside the lane and put on something, pursue something else. Yes, that was the motivation for me.
Very interesting. So I know earlier on you did touch a bit of on process, on your preparation. So we want to hear some more. Could you share a bit of how you prepared with your team? What were the strategies that you employed to make sure that you become the winning team?
Those were very, very good lessons and strategies that we use even now. So the beginning of we got the problem and became really serious about it towards end of semester exams. So what we did was we looked through the problem and ensured that we were familiar with the facts. So in a day, Martin and I would read the problem at least 2 or 3 times in a day without anything else, just reading it and making sure that we are familiar with every single aspect. We were looking out for those small nitty-gritties, those small things that could make us stand out. So after that, we got into our end of semester. I happened to have gotten a holiday to Kenya at the time. We're actually doing memorials. So we were on a tight schedule to prepare for the memorials. And Martin is such a great team player in that he's like, okay, it's okay. I know you're going to be MIA for some days, but it's okay. I can try and handle. So we did research. We made sure that research was done and all those things. Now, when the memorials came to a close, we started practice. We're given an opportunity by our coach and coordinator, Council Fatuma, where she trusted us to bring in external help. And she in fact said, it's okay, you can bring in someone to help you. So we got one of our fellow students. He had just graduated from another university, and he taught us the things that we didn't know. And yeah, it was a bit of an investment, being that he's also in the same age bracket. We trusted that what he did, because he had won certain moots, but he hadn't done the field of privacy, but he was actually good. So we would do intense online and physical preparations. I remember we would do late night calls, Google Meet calls, and our parents were, personally, my mother was like, it's okay, just do what you have to do, it is well. So we'd do late night calls. I think the earliest we slept every single day of preparation. This was on a daily basis. It wasn't like a one in a time thing. It was on a daily basis. So we'd do preparations every day from around 9 p.m. Ugandan time to around midnight. That was the earliest we slept. And if we're not good that day, would repeat until about 1 or 2. And he'll be like, okay, I think you've done good this round. Do it again. Then we see whether it's a good thing. This was every day, Monday, Tuesday, up to Sunday. I love my Sundays, but I really do love my Sundays. I don't get to school, but for Unwanted Witness, we were able to sacrifice our Sunday and Saturday, and we would be at school, we'd be at campus to access internet and to be able to practice, to be able to do the hard work, yeah. And even during the moot, we would actually sleep very late. We would sleep very late. We'd sleep about 2 hours every single day, and every single day of the moot competition, we were still preparing. So the preparations never ended until the final day. Yes.
So Martin, could you also highlight one particular moment where you experienced something challenging, and how did you and your team overcome it?
Okay, let me first highlight a little bit. She has said most, but our research involved intense research. We had to compare various regulations and legal frameworks from not only Uganda, but also other jurisdictions. What is being done in Nigeria? What is being done Africa continent-wise? What is being done in Europe? The GDPR, because it is like the gold standard of privacy laws and all that. So we had to really do intense research. And sometimes we were incapacitated by the fact that we have never been to those countries. So we had to look for people who are in those countries, talk to them, contact them. How is the situation over there? Because during our research, we got to discover that Kenya had actually initiated a similar digital number plate tracking program. But then we wanted to know the intricacies. What was this system? What kind of technology was it using? Were there any infringements? Were there any complaints by the people? We wanted to know that, but we couldn't get that. And we tried to reach out to some Kenyan friends, ask them, what's the situation down there? We've not had a lot of, activism around the digital number plates or any commotion. Are you guys okay with it? How is the situation on ground? But then we tried to get some friends here and there, though we didn't get like the full information, but the internet is there, so we got informed. Yeah, I think that
I remember one of our friends actually told us that Kenyans are okay with, I think, the digital issue because of taxes. So we're like, but Kenyans are the most radical people when it comes to certain things. Why are they quiet? And she's like, it's okay, I'm going to get you more information. So reaching out to so many friends out there, even on Twitter, would go and look at people, LinkedIn, so that they could help us actually know that different jurisdictions and things to do with data privacy. And it actually helped us beef our knowledge and perspective for the moot competition.
What advice would you give to future participants of the Unwanted Privacy Moot Court competition?
Pray. That's the first thing. Pray. I don't know how many people believe in God, but I believe that there is God and He leads the way. Because one, pray. Secondly, if you're a future participant, do not take it for granted that it's an easy thing, whether you have done it before. I would like to highlight that this was our first time mooting on such standards and such platform. We had done one before, but we're still a little bit raw. But this was our first real big moot. So work hard. Future participants need to work really, really hard, because Unwanted Privacy Moot Court competition is not just a competition. It's more than a competition. It can define who you are 10 years, 20 years from now. It can direct your career. And of course, most of the people are going to be East Africa or in the African state. Privacy is something that is growing. So let them take this seriously, let them work hard, make research, and also be a good team player. One of our advisors or people of wisdom told us that you're only as good as your teammate. So what we did was, before we became teammates, we were friends. So when you're not able to learn from your friend and be humble enough to learn from him or her, then you're not going to do a better thing. So be a team player, be humble, pray, and listen. We will really listen to our coach and coordinator. She should tell us certain things, and yeah, maybe we knew better. In privacy, we knew better, but she did know a lot of things, so we listened. Yeah.
Could you share a memorable moment that you found rewarding in your journey as you prepared for the competition and even during the competition?
Martin, would go first.
Okay, one of the most valuable things I gained in this competition is, first of all, the knowledge. And you'll notice that we are both in different groups right now, but our research projects, given that we are in our final years, are all focused on privacy. We got more interest in privacy, and that is something we really look up to, even up to now. Before and after, we got interested, and now we are still pushing. Another thing was the network. We met a lot of friends from various law schools that I wouldn't think would have been possible if we were just in our shells, in our university, and that's all. We met a lot of friends from various universities, not only the friends, our colleagues, but also the staff from Unwanted Witness. Just from that Unwanted Witness Moot, our phones kept buzzing. We got opportunities, very many of them, and even up to now, just because of that single moment. And that's the highlight for me. I mean, that is all for me. I really find it telling.
Okay. Memorable for me would be during the competition. Before the competition was stretching, working harder than I usually do. I like multitasking, but this was a real multitasking. And being able to keep my word. When I told him we'd meet at 9, he would actually meet at 9. I would drop everything else to do that. Then during the competition was the friends we got, the networking. It was a privilege to not only meet experts, but also fellow students who knew a lot more than we had known. After the competition, the places we have been to, my research paper, our research paper that we are both going to do differently, in fact, is also a good memory. But getting on a plane, really, and coming to a beautiful country. It's my first time on a plane, so it's such an honor and a privilege to be in Mauritius. Being given an opportunity to sit next to people that have wells of knowledge. We have been able to interact with a few of them, and they have just given us a tip of the iceberg, but I'm excited to know what else the iceberg is actually holding. So it's going to be a lasting memory for me. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the duo. I want to open it up to the audience and just entertain 2 questions to the duo as we finalize our interaction. Do we have any questions for the duo? Okay. Going once, going to, okay. Yes.
Your understanding of privacy and its value in our digital rights ecosystem change as a result of yes, did your perception, your understanding of privacy and what it means change as a result of the experience?
The answer for me is, thank you so much for that question. The answer for me is yes, because right now, I hope that my understanding has actually changed, and I actually now want to do it. Like, I want to protect privacy in data. And one thing I can assure you, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, I'll be a data privacy lawyer. So yeah, that
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question. And like she has said before, privacy, yes, was there, but not something we would give attention. Digital rights were there, but not something we would give attention. But the moment we embarked on attempting the moot problem, which was concerning digital rights and privacy rights, it opened us to a different aspect that privacy rights are really a thing. Digital rights are really important. And that came in at a time when in our country they were initiating the digital number plate tracking system. Now, I'd come across that in the news, but I wasn't so much concerned about it. I saw it as something normal. I didn't know that it would maybe impact on someone's privacy and all that. But it came in at a time when we were actually going in for the moot, and then the digital number plate tracking system became serious, and then also the moot was also becoming serious. So it opened my eyes to something that, it is not really okay to monitor someone 24/7.
Yeah.
There must be limitations to what you're doing. You must not just give away, take someone's information just because you are the state and you have the power. Well, it opened us to very, very many things that we thought maybe are just mere. And that was enlightenment on the right to privacy and digital rights in whole.
Yes.
Yes.
So, do we have another question?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Hi, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
So this is a legal question. The area of privacy law is still developing. Based on your experience, what do you think will be recommended in terms of court procedures for specifically privacy cases? Because there are rules of evidence, there are rules of court procedures that apply to other kinds of cases, like criminal cases, family court cases. But for privacy, do you have any recommendations that the court should consider specific rules of procedure for privacy law?
Martin could go first.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Well, considering that approach, I think it would be more recommended to take a centric-based approach, a case-by-case approach, like they've tailored family laws and everything to specifically suit family laws. I certainly think that we should have a privacy law system, a legal framework, separate courts that handle privacy matters, because digital rights and privacy are something else different from these other conventional rights, although they are all recognized as rights, but we need to draw that distinction and not generalize them. So that means we need to adapt centric features of the system, centric systems. If there are courts, there should be a specific division in the court system that handles privacy matters with privacy experts sitting on the panels. I think that's the best approach that should be taken, tailoring everything to suit a situation of privacy, a related context.
Yeah, I think he has answered it quite well, but maybe just a little bit of.
In half a second.
Yes, in half a second. Just something that maybe we could recommend is an experience our side. From our point of view, our judicial system, most of the lawyers that are there or the judges do not actually know what data privacy is. So the first thing would be teaching them what it is so that they can be able to put in place the separation between data privacy and other laws and other procedures, court procedures. So one of the recommendations that would pray is sensitization and also allowing the young people to actually be part of some of these things, because Unwanted has provided an opportunity for young people to actually participate in privacy competitions. This means that the things that we're actually stating in there, the arguments that we are making, could be a way of building the procedures, could be a way of building separate rules and strengthening the legal framework that we are having that maybe is in place, or that one that they are thinking of developing. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. It was nice having you here.
Thank you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we finalize this segment, our duo would like to surprise and appreciate someone very special and dear to the entire process and the entire Unwanted Witness family and partners. On stage to join us for this segment is their coach, and the dean. Is the dean around?
Yes.
Yes. So they'll be joining us. So the special person that they would want to appreciate is none other than the ED, the executive director of Unwanted Witness Miss Dorothy Mukasa, please we welcome you to the podium to receive your token of thanks from the duo. Could we kindly give her a round of applause as she comes? Yes, keep it going. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay.
I would like to say thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for bringing us to Mauritius, and thank you for opening a new career for us as the duo, but as Islamic University in Uganda, Kampala campus.
Surprise!
Thank you.